Hello, welcome. The purpose of this video is to show you the options regarding our 1099 report and in creating your 1099s to send to drivers and owners at the end of the racing season. Now, as you know, MyRacePass does not store Social Security number information or federal tax ID information. So there's a third-party program that we recommend and use ourselves to assist with creating 1099s, where you can export the payment data from MyRacePass into this software and create your 1099s that way. We'll start at mrphelp.com. It's our help center, our knowledge base, where you can find hundreds of help center articles about everything in MyRacePass, and we'll search here for 1099s. If you came to our help center first and found the video this way, this is where you started working with 1099 forms in MyRacePass. This will give you information in terms of exporting our payout report in an Excel spreadsheet. But the 1099 software that we use and we recommend is right here, Real Tax Tools. You'll see that there's an option, Purchase W-2 Mate, and option 3. So I'll click the link for Real Tax Tools. That's what we recommend. And I'll choose the Buy Now option. Now again, it'll have you select the W-2 Mate and the W-2 Mate option number 3. That's what we're looking for. So choose those two options and come down to the bottom, select the state that you're in, and purchase those here. So once you've got the software downloaded, you'll get the email receipts, you'll get a download link via email from the W-2 Mate company. You've got it downloaded, you've got it installed. This is what you come to next. This is what the W-2 Mate software looks like. The first step here will be to set the company data. You got your name, address, for your basically company data is your racetrack, your series, your organization. So you set all this data and update. And from here, you're ready to import your 1099 data in W-2 Mate. Now, in order to import it into W-2 Mate, you have to export it from MyRacePass. So we'll bring up demo track here, your favorite track, and just run the 1099 yearly payout report. Of course, I have to run it for 2022. You've got the option to filter for drivers $600 and up or not. This is the 1099 report as you're familiar with viewing it. Competitor data, owner data, verify it, make sure it's all correct. Once you've verified that it is all correct and that it is the way you want it, the next step will be to export this into Excel. It's important to export it into Excel right here. Once it's exported into Excel, so what it'll look like, you'll want to do a couple of things. First, you'll want to make sure that the state field is the abbreviation and not spelled out. Iowa, Nebraska, Maine, New York, whatever. It's the IA, the NE, the ME, the NY. So make sure that that is the abbreviation, and then add a column off to the right for each driver for Social Security number, and type in the driver Social Security numbers over here. If you put this into the Excel sheet at this point, then you'll be able to import that seamlessly into W-2 Mate. So again, the name, the address, the city, the state, the zip, the earnings, that'll all come out of MyRacePass. You add the Social Security numbers here, and we're all set with this document. When you go to save the document, another important step will be is you want to save it as a CSV. So when you go to save as, do not save it as a .xlsx, which it'll probably want to go to by default. Save it as a .csv. That's going to be important. You'll only be able to save .csvs in here. But once you've got that done, now I've got my Excel sheet exported correctly. Now I can come back into W-2 Mate and I can import that data. So I'll import the data, a 1099 miscellaneous ZSV Excel. That's the one you want. We'll click on that and we'll browse. Browse for the document and open, and then you can import the data. What you'll want to do with these column headings is it'll say the column headings are unknown at that point. You'll just want to make sure that the column headings you have here match the fields. So the first one, click on recipient information. It's the recipient's first name. Click on recipient's name, line 2, address, all of those things. Make sure that they're accurate. Recipient city, recipient state, recipient zip code. For the earnings column, I've reported amounts, other income is what I've got this in here as. So you want to make sure the other income is selected as the column heading in the earnings. And then, of course, the SSN, recipient information, and it's actually the recipient's identification number is what you want to put in here for the Social Security number. And then you'll be able to import all of that information that way. Once it's imported, I can come to 1099 and 1098 recipients, and I can verify that information. There's the identification number, there's the name, line 1, first name, line 2 is last name, all of those types of things. So that's where you can make sure that that data came through correctly as you want it to. The other thing you can do at this point is you can go over to the 1099 and 1098 forms option and actually see the 1099 form for each one of your recipients. So as you go through, you'll be able to see the recipient name change, you'll be able to see the other income box change, $29.50 for this driver, you know, $18,985 for this driver, so on and so forth. See all of that information change for every driver that you've got in there. The important next step right here is you can do a couple of different things. One, you can print the PDF, print the 1099 forms right here. Now, it's important to make sure that you've got the correct paper from the tax office. You want to make sure you've got all this 1099 miscellaneous forms to put in the printer at the tax office. That's going to be really, really important to do that there. You can also create PDFs of the 1099s. So if you want to create PDFs for all of them and you want to email them out to the tax office and have the tax office print them themselves, you can absolutely do that as well by creating the PDFs. And then, you know, once you've got it printed, then it's just a matter of mailing it out to the drivers. You can print mailing labels from MyRacePass to put on the envelopes if you want to, as long as you've got the address information, which you need the address information for the 1099 process to work. So this is W2Mate. This is not a MyRacePass software. This is a company that, you know, we went and we found and we said this does what we needed to do, and we've used. There are other softwares out there. In that Help Center article that I showed you previously, 2 other options are listed, and you can make the decision for your track, for your series, for your facility that's best for you. But this is the option that we use, the option that we wanted to show you, and it's important to make sure that you know that you've got other options available. If you have any questions, look in our Help Center, mrphelp.com. If you have any questions after that, you can email support@myracepass.com, and we'll be happy to get back to you with any information that we have available. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I know tax time can be a stressful time, but we're here to help you every step of the way.